Hello everyone, my name is Demi. Welcome to my channel. I hope you are well. So this is going to be like a new series I'm going to do on my channel. It's going to be called Talks with My Womb, and that was actually what I was going to call my YouTube channel, Talks with My Womb. So I was going back and forth between that and Celestial Waters, and I remember asking Spirit, and I went to sleep one night, and then I woke up in the morning. I remembered my dream, and it was people commenting on YouTube on my videos, and they were referring to me as Celestial Waters. So I went with Celestial Waters, but both Celestial Waters and Talks with My Womb obviously connected to the womb, are connected to the fact that the womb is an energetic portal, the fact that it is celestial waters, is the ethereal waters, and everything that comes into being within this realm on Mother Earth has to pass through the womb in order to enter the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth. So we're going to get in today's reading. I will be doing Talks with My Womb probably twice a month, so I'll be doing it when I am on my period, and then I'll be doing it when I'm ovulating. So currently I'm on the second day of my period, and I put on a post yesterday on Instagram that was basically kind of like talking about my experience with my period. I was on my first day yesterday, so I was like in my emo mood, and that's what I wrote on my story. And I was having like a lot of intrusive thoughts, quite like dark thoughts, and the energy was very, very heavy around me. Like sometimes when I am on my period, I will literally feel like there was a dark cloud of like death looming over me, and that's what it felt like yesterday. Today I'm in a much lighter, better mood, like those intrusive thoughts aren't there, but I knew that that would lift on the second day. As I said, it does happen sometimes when I'm on my period, particularly when I am bleeding around the full moon cycle. So we're having a full moon on the 15th, which is tomorrow, so I'll still be bleeding with the full moon, and that full moon energy tends to illuminate more of where I'm going through a death within myself. And I know many women who were bleeding with the full moon, who are on the similar cycle as me right now, will be going through a similar thing. So there is a download that I posted on Instagram. This is quite a few years back. I actually archived the post, but Spirit kept putting it into my head. So they want me to read this passage, and then we'll get into the reading. So I wrote, Mother Earth is being raped for her resources, her frugality, life-giving power. If she is being violated, then so are her children, as she is the womb of all. We are all birthed from the womb. An energetic cord constantly connects us to her. When she is screaming in pain, we feel it. The womb has been attacked for far too long. The collective womb is in agony. Moon time for majority of women is a time of the great ache. Ache to be nurtured, ache to be loved, ache for every other womb she is connected with, and ache for her inner voice to stop being dismissed. This is why the divine feminine has been rising. Women needed to remember we are the lioness. We walk beside the king of the jungle, not in his shadow. When nature becomes unbalanced like it has been, the great womb will roar, and the goddess in every womb will follow suit. You are either the empress, or you have the potential to be in your empress energy. Reach that potential of yours, ladies. So that got 8 likes. As I said, I posted it a while ago, so I didn't have, probably just like friends and family that was following me back then. That one had 8 likes, but they're telling me to tell you that because the number 8 is very significant. Obviously, if you flip the 8 on its side, it looks like the infinity symbol. So that intertwines as the womb being infinite. We're going to get into the reading. I'll be starting with a deck, or do you want to start with a book recommendation? They want to start with a book recommendation. So the first book that I have here to recommend to you guys when it comes to menstruation is called Red Moon, and it is by Miranda Gray. So that is the front cover there. So I opened it on this page. Which passage was it, Spirit? This one here. So I just read this passage to you. It says, a woman who becomes aware of her cycle and of its energies learns also an awareness of a level of life beyond the visible. She holds an intuitive link with the energies of life, birth and death, and perceives divinity within the land and within herself. From this awareness, the woman interacts not only with the visible and mundane, but also with the invisible and spiritual aspects of her life. It was through this monthly altered state of awareness that the female shaman, medicine woman, or later the priestess, brought her energies, insights, and connection with the divine into manifest world and to her community. Healing, magic, prophecy, teaching, inspiration, and survival all came from her ability to feel both worlds, to travel between them, and to bring her experiences from one to the other. So that book is what Spirit recommended for some of you, if you don't already have it. But Spirit are talking about how we are at the end of a huge cycle. A lot of the collective right now all over the world, they're showing me like a globe and pointing to different corners and different parts of the globe. Women all over the world are coming to the end of a cycle. This is for men as well, are coming to an end of a cycle, but here we're talking about menstruation and the womb. So a lot of women are at the end of a cycle, and it's a big cycle, like a good like decade, like 10 years long. People are coming to the end of this cycle. And obviously if you're someone who still menstruates, who still bleeds, your moon time will be reflective of this end of a cycle. So obviously you'll be going through that one last death and rebirth that is connected to this cycle, and your period will reflect this huge death before you move into that rebirth. So it is likely to be quite a heavy period. Maybe like me, you get like intrusive thoughts. I was having thoughts like literally like the earth is ghetto, why am I still here, why am I still in this realm? But other people could get like, you get like diarrhea, maybe you could get like sickness, you could get like a physical heaviness where it's not really in your mental body but it's in your physical body. Some of you could be experiencing like a rash. Maybe you suffer from like eczema or porosis that could flare up, and maybe you haven't had skin problems for a while. Maybe you just get pimples, maybe you get spots. I'm hearing pigmentation as well. But for everybody it will be different. But your menstruation, when you're at the end of the cycle, it will reflect the fact that you are at the end of the cycle, because your womb is literally just, it's not just releasing the lining of the womb that you aren't using, because obviously you haven't conceived a child. It isn't just releasing this, it's also releasing a lot of toxins. It's pushing out a lot of toxins that you were still holding in your body. Maybe they were repressed somewhere in your psyche, and your womb is now, it's like your womb is looking and it's seeking these out, these things that in your body that you're still holding on to, that are connected with that cycle, because they gotta go. I'm hearing they gotta go, they gotta be flushed out. So your womb is like checking your whole psyche. It's going to purge this and then pull this. I'm just getting a ripping. So it's not just the lining of the womb that's pulling away, it's everything that is connected to this old cycle that's being pulled away. It's being pushed out through your womb. So you may also notice that maybe the colour of your blood may be a bit different. Maybe like when you're first starting, the colour could be a bit darker, and it will go to that healthy bright red, the berry red, kind of like the colour of that book. So can we get a few cards, Spirit? What do the collective need to hear? We have baths of Aphrodite, nourishment. I bathe in the sacred springs of love. And I'm seeing this as that rebirth. So obviously when you are on your cycle, you want to be resting anyway. But depending on what cycle you were in. So obviously if you too are bleeding around the full moon, that's put an illumination on everything that you are letting go of. I'm hearing self-actualization. So obviously when you're bleeding with the full moon, it is about self-actualization. So maybe you have many, a certain goal or like a passion project that you were currently working on, and you're about to birth it. Or maybe you have just birthed it into this physical reality. And then once you've done that, Spirit is asking you to rest. You know, they say like when you want something to happen, when you want to bring something to fruition, you kind of put it out there, or maybe you pray about it and then you kind of forget about it. You don't want to keep watching. They're saying like a watched pot never stews. A watched pot never stews. So you don't want to keep focusing on it. You want to kind of forget about it. Let spirit, let the ethers do its thing. Let that seed grow, let that seed plant. It's like if you are like fertilizing soil, right? And then you putting certain seeds in it. You're not just going to sit there and stare and think the seed's going to actually like pop out, and it's this flower or this plant, this herb, whatever, is just going to bloom. It takes time. It takes days, and it's step by step. They're saying step by step. And while that step by step is happening that you can't see, Spirit are asking you to really be held and be nourished by the waters, by the celestial waters. So by your womb, but also by the womb of Mother Earth. And now they're showing me, they're giving me a vision of the core of Mother Earth. At first I was seeing a drill. So I know like that some people in this world, I believe that they have tried to like drill to try and get to like the core of Mother Earth. But I'm seeing a drill trying to get to the core of Mother Earth, and it's not even breaking the surface. So it's not getting nowhere near. But it goes down, 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 down. This vision's taking me down. And at the core of Mother Earth is a womb. And in this womb is both a fetus, then it's like this fetus switches to then being a fully grown woman. And they're both made of clay. Like clay, mud, tree roots, flowers, Mother Earth. There's also like water, fire. And then there's also like a breeze there, so it's every single element. This fetus and this woman are made of Mother Earth, and they're made of every single element, which is earth, fire, water, and air. Earth, fire, water, and air. They keep repeating it, and all the seasons and the phases that Mother Earth goes through. And they're showing me this vision, and when I say it switches, that they're giving me the example. You know, if you have like a kind of like a metallic or hologram type card, you know, like kids will collect like Pokemon cards, things like that. And sometimes when you switch the card or you turn it in a certain light, it's like the image moves or the image shifts. That's what was happening. So first I was seeing a fetus, and it kind of moved, and then it turned into a fully grown woman, and then back to the fetus, and then back to the woman. So you are being held right now like a fetus, but you are being birthed into your womanhood, really and truly into your womanhood. And this is not to say that you aren't a woman right now, but I do believe the cycle that has ended for a lot of women around the world is connected to you feeling kind of like lost, like a lost little girl. It's that cycle that has ended. So this could be like inner child healing that you've been doing is really, really coming to an end. Your inner child now is really connected to your adult self. Like they're in an embrace, they're in unison. And this is the thing, in order for you to be whole, in order for you to be in union, it's not just your divine masculine, your divine feminine, it's not just the light and dark within you, it's your inner child and your adult self that need to be in an embrace, that need to be working together, that need to be deeply connected and rooted in one another. Being by bodies of water could help a lot of you at the moment. I'm seeing a spa, so maybe you have plans to take yourself to a spa, or maybe you need to if you have like the free time, the money to take yourself to a spa and do like a spa weekend or something. That'll be very beneficial for a lot of you. But I'm just seeing a lot of water running. So maybe you're listening to frequency music that's connected to water, or like rainfall, or spirit asking you to do that, because it'll be very beneficial right now for you to really connect to the water element. Again, the water element is connected to the womb and is connected to the Holy Grail, to that cup floweth over, and to celestial waters. And you really are wanting and needing to be held by celestial waters right now when you do go through this huge death and this release, to prepare you and boost you and propel you into your rebirth, because this rebirth is going to be next level. Like this rebirth, you're not even going to recognize yourself. Some of you guys as well, towards the end of your period, you could be feeling like really beautiful. I feel like you've got your it factor back, or you feel like you've got this sexiness back within you. You're going to be feeling very beautiful towards the end of this menstruation period, which is reflecting that huge death and rebirth. Maybe at the beginning of it, for those of you who are experiencing like spots or a rash, it just flares up, and then within a few days it completely flares back down. You get your glow back. But this is more so like an inner glow, and this confidence, this sexiness is coming from within. It's coming from your womb. You're really truly connected to your womb and the primordial power that exists within your womb. What else, Spirit? I'm hearing a tale as old as time. A tale as old as time. We have Goddess, Dewi, fertility. I embrace wisdom, joy, and prosperity. Yeah, this is literally the rebirth that is happening after the death. And look at her gold crown. I'm just drawn to this gold crown. And this is that glow that's going to be coming out of you. And again, look, she's got her eyes closed, because she's fully connecting to herself, to her womb, and she trusts her intuition and intuitive abilities, I'm hearing. Some of you could be working with obsidian, or like a black crystal, a crystal that is known for protection. But particularly when you are on your period, you could work with darker crystals, and maybe you feel drawn to wearing more darker jewelry or darker colours. Or maybe, I felt like my accent was about to change. Or maybe you wear like a darker makeup within your face. But again, you're in that death. So you're going to be more connected to your shadow side. You're going to be more connected to the dark side of you. And maybe this is what a lot of you have been doing when it comes to your passion projects. I keep hearing passion project is connecting to that shadow self, to that dark side of you. It's facing your demons. And I'm hearing demons hold truth too. The demons within you, they hold truth too. They have something to say too. It's like connecting to Lilith. That Lilith side of you. Every woman has a Lilith and Eve. It's connecting to the Lilith side of you. We have water temple, devotion. I bow to the sacred water of life. And again, this is what I'm seeing when I'm saying to connect with the water element. So maybe spending a bit longer in the shower, or obviously when you're on your period, you aren't necessarily going to want to be in the bath. but like enjoying your time in the bath, they're saying. And they're saying not to be afraid of like being intimate with yourself, also with a partner, but with yourself while you are on your menstruation. Because they're also wanting you to connect with the waters of yourself and with your blood, with your menstruation blood. So some of you may really enjoy being intimate with yourself while you are on your period. It could really assist you in purifying your body or feeling that release. Maybe it helps you release. So you enjoy doing that while you're on your period. But for a lot of you, this is that confirmation to really be connecting with the water. And look how the water is glowing. It's literally like sparkling and glistening. So some of you guys, when you are having your showers and when you are connecting with water, you want to be visualizing this water, not the fact that it's just water, but you want to be really connecting to the fact that it is alive and it is consciousness and it holds a lot of light. It holds life force energy, which is why human beings need water. We need clean water in order to live and to be healthy. It's a huge part of our cells and it's a huge part of our well-being. Remember, we are made up of water as well. So they want you to really, really connect with water and be like really sensual with yourself. And I'm seeing someone like putting cream on yourself. And maybe you use different like flowers or flower essences when you are having a bath or when you are having a shower. It's like you're also rubbing oil on yourself. It could be rose oil. That's it from this deck. Okay. They want to move on to this one. Another book they want me to recommend to you guys. So this one is called Her Blood is Gold and it's by Lara Owen. And I love here how it has the lotus flower, and it is in water as well. So again, the lotus flower, it grows from muck and it still blooms into something very beautiful. And this again is what that cycle is connected to for a lot of you. And I'm hearing ugly duckling to a swan, ugly duckling to a swan. I feel like I said that in a recent reading as well, but I can't remember which one. But this is reflective of a lot of you guys being the lotus. And maybe this is the flower that you work with. Maybe this is that flower essence that you work with. So they want me to read a passage that is connected to blood. So this passage says, like the moon, blood is one of the oldest and most central symbols for humankind. Representing for us the magic of life, blood is the primary symbol of the life force. It is found in the most ancient of art as red ochre painted on figurines and on cave walls. Blood is one of the earliest sacraments used by humankind. And in Paleolithic times, the dead were buried in the fetal position with their arms across their chests, their bodies marked with red ochre, the pigmented earth, symbolic of life-giving blood. Blood has the power to create an impact. How does it feel when we see our blood coming out of our bodies? Blood is one of the manifestations of the mystery of our existence. Where did we come from? How did we get here? We know we are alive because our heart beats and pumps the blood through our veins. Our blood pulses and flows. Blood moves through us continually. And then I feel like there's a part over here they want me to read to you. The blood is supposed to be inside of the body at all times except for during menstruation and childbirth. The fact that women can bleed without dying added to their numinous power in ancient times. And I feel like I've seen like a lot of memes and quotes, particularly made by men online, which is something like I can't think of it now, literally gone out of my head. It'll be something like women bleed for 7 days straight and they don't die, like don't fuck with them, don't mess with them, or something like that. Again, but that's more coming from like fear-based and I feel like a lot of men are that way inclined when it comes to women and when it comes to the power of the womb, which is why there's a lot of men who are kind of like narcissistic or very connected to the patriarchy in times of it pushing women down or keeping women out of their supernatural power, keeping women out of their femininity, keeping women out of their womb and their creative abilities and powers, because it scares a lot of men. A lot of women are even scared of their own womb. They're scared of their own power, you know. What do the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? We have El Moya, awakened in presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. I love the fact that this card has a lot of blue on it. So again, I'm just seeing water, but you see how it's celestial. So again, they keep speaking about the celestial waters, which is the ethers, God's waters, but it's also the womb. We carry God's waters within our womb. But awakening presence again, so it's speaking of the spiritual awakening. Obviously, if you're at the end of a cycle, I'm seeing 9. So you could be seeing 9s everywhere and 999. But when you're at the end of that cycle, it's because you're about to go into a rebirth. And they will often be happening simultaneously. So you'll be feeling that death, but you'll also be feeling that rebirth, which is where a frustration can come from. Or you kind of feel confused. Maybe you feel like you're in between worlds, or you're in between the void, because you are. Because you've got one foot in the old world and one foot in the new world, because this one is still closing out. But I feel like now it's really and truly like it's solidified, that the fact that it's closing out, like that door has now not just closed, it's slammed, and it's being like pulled away, as if it's being pulled away by spirit, so that door doesn't exist anymore. You need to fully turn over here, walk through that new door, walk into that rebirth. Again, I'm seeing gold. Maybe some of you be having dreams about gold doors. Maybe it's not a door, it could be like an archway made of gold light. But it's like you're walking through something gold, or you're walking towards something gold. Maybe you're having dreams about a sunrise or a sunset. And it's just the pure gold light that's like hitting you in your dream state. Or the astral realm. So it is actually happening when it comes to your soul. But it's in the astral realm. What else, Spirit? And obviously, when you're going through this huge death and rebirth and awakening, it's going to awaken your psychic nature, and your third eye and your crown are going to be experiencing an awakening as well. Hold on a second. I thought I was about to have a coughing fit, but it didn't happen. So a lot of you as well, your throat chakra, obviously all these higher chakras are all connected, but your throat chakra has probably also gone through that huge awakening. That could also be connected to the cycle death. So you're now walking and talking, you're speaking your truth, and you're standing in your authenticity. You are being yourself. You're being who you came here to be in this lifetime. So your throat chakras have gone through that huge awakening as well. Maybe some of you used to have maybe you couldn't pronounce words properly. I suffer with this as well, and I used to have like kind of not a speech impediment, but I didn't really speak much when I was a child. And they used to think, like my parents and my family, they thought I had something wrong with my hearing. So I actually had to go to the hospital, and I had tests done to see if I had a hearing problem, if I needed a hearing aid. And they basically just said, no, she has selective hearing. So people would like speak to me or talk at me, and I just wouldn't respond. So for some of you could have been that way inclined. Maybe you had a speech impediment, because I wanted to say speech impediment. So you could have suffered with that when you were a child. And maybe now your voices have completely changed. You could like bump into people from your past. Maybe you did during Mercury retrograde, and they're kind of staring at you in like awe, or like, what the hell? Because you're a completely different person now. Or maybe it's the fact that you speak. They could be thinking to themselves like, oh my god, they speak now. What else, Spirit? Do you want another card from this deck? What does the collective need to hear right now? Thank you. Commander Ashtar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. That's literally what I was just saying. You were standing in your truth, and you were speaking your truth. And again, we got all this blue. So blue is very, very significant, not just connected to the water element. Again, it's that celestial waters. I'm hearing you're very, very connected to your soul's blueprint. To your blueprint, to your design, the paintbrush that God created you with. And I'm staring at this. So this is what it looks like when he was creating your soul. It's on like a hologram in the celestial skies. You are very, very, very much connected to your blueprint now. Like you having that remembrance. You know why you came here. Some of you could be having like really, really supernatural, or I'm hearing miraculous experiences and moments that are happening to you right now. Maybe it's synchronicities and confirmations that you've been getting to the point where you are like, you already believed it anyway in the spirit world and in the supernatural, but you're like, oh my god, there is a God. There is a spirit world. I am a soul. And it's this physical vessel, when it dies, I won't die. I would transition. I would move and walk through a different door. Like you're really coming to these conclusions now and going down certain rabbit holes. On his chest here, it looks like 2 rings, and it's got angel wings. You see here? So again, this is confirmation for some of you that cycle was connected with hearing bad luck within your love life. But obviously, it wasn't bad luck. It was experiences and lessons that you needed to learn. But there's bad luck ending when it comes to your love life. And you're moving more into your luck era. But it's not luck. You're just getting into alignment with yourself. and with your blueprint with the Most High. And when you do that, you come into alignment with people who are supposed to be on your path, because you aren't supposed to be walking, you aren't supposed to be doing life alone. You aren't supposed to be walking alone, I'm hearing. What else, Spirit? This deck. They wanted to get another passage from another book. I forget which one I haven't shown yet. This one. Let me do that now. This one I used to call my book Bible. I think I read this one in my early 20s. So this is Womb Wisdom. I love how it has that spiral print. So it kind of looks like a phoenix here. The spirals. And this is what is happening with this death and rebirth that you're currently going through. You are that phoenix that is rising from the ashes. So the passage they want me to read from this one says, "You have just been into the womb of the world. All that happens on and in the planet is happening right here. Through your womb, you can access this. All women have this pathway. All of the intelligence that creates Gaia is here. Every fiber, every atom, every thought, every action, word and deed is seen here. It is the soup of the cosmic creation. All that comes to Earth has to step into this womb first. Every being, human and non-human, has to step into here first of all." And it's exactly that. For, like I said, any living being has to go through the womb in order to enter the evolutionary flow of Mother Earth. Where did I put the deck? Over here. So what does the collective need to hear right now, Spirit? We have new moon promise. So some of you may be, your cycle could be connecting to the new moon at the moment. Or maybe after you've gone through this death and rebirth, your cycle, you may find your cycle like next month or in the next few months, it may shift and you may start bleeding with the new moon. I'm hearing that you made a promise to yourself. You see, it says promise up here. When I was reading that, I heard that you made a promise to yourself. And if you see down here, we've got that sunset or the sunrise. So again, some of you could be dreaming of sunsets and sunrises. Or maybe you're just watching a lot of them. Maybe you go for walks, like at the crack of dawn or in the evening when the sun is set. You could enjoy going for walks at this time. Or maybe you will do when you're coming into union, when you're meeting more of your soul tribe, because like I just said, more of you are coming into alignment with the right people. So this is confirmation that a lot of you are coming into union because you come into union within. And this is all your recent menstruations are reflecting the fact that you are at the end of this cycle. So I feel for a lot of you, you may have gone through it in your last your last two periods. I'm getting. Feel like I said through because they're saying like you got through it or you will get through it, but it may feel quite heavy for a lot of you. What else, Spirit? And remember, if you're having those like intrusive thoughts like I was having, like why am I even still here? Earth is ghetto. That is connected to being in the shadow and the void of the womb. The shadow and the void of the womb, they're saying. So some of you may have battled with, I'm hearing depression and I'm hearing insomnia in the past. You could have battled with mental health issues that kind of made you feel a bit flighty. You're not necessarily connected to your physical body or connected to Mother Earth. So maybe you did battle with wanting to actually be here, wanting to be in your vessel and wanting to be on Earth, because maybe you felt like an alien towards yourself. Maybe you felt like an alien on Earth. You didn't fit in even in your own vessel. It's like feel like an alien in your own skin, like wanting to get out of your own skin. Or maybe you suffered from health issues that made you feel that way. But it's like that battle, that cycle is coming to an end. It may have already ended before, but there's these last layers that your womb is finding that were hidden within your psyche, and she's pushing and she's purging them out. She's pulling them out of you because you can't take these in with you to the new dawn. Like this is what you're heading towards, the new dawn. That promise that you made for yourself, that you wouldn't give up on yourself, that you would create that life that you've always desired. What else, Spirit? We have, can't even pronounce that, autumnal equinox, release. And that's literally what you're going through right now, the release. Particularly if you are bleeding with the full moon, because the full moon illuminates what you need to let go within yourself, or what you have been letting go within yourself. It puts a magnifying light, I'm seeing, on you and on your womb. But some of you, again, you could be doing a lot of walks in nature at like the crack of dawn. You see how the light is streaming down from the sky and into the trees. So you could really enjoy going for walks at the crack of dawn, maybe because nobody else is around. And it's like I'm just getting this silence and this crispness. It's like you walking on the autumn leaves. Everything's crisp. The air is crisp. The ground is crisp. And there's like this silence, this quietness before the hustle and bustle, before everybody else wakes up. Maybe you just do, some of you could have a porch. I'm seeing someone walk out on their porch. So maybe you just do that in the morning. You go and walk out on your porch. Maybe if you have kids, before your kids wake up. Or you could be going in your garden. Maybe it faces onto a woods. What else, Spirit? Can I get one more card, please, from this deck? One more card from this deck. We have Stone People, Vigilance. And I'm getting this as past lives, that you're connecting to your past lives. Maybe some of you are going down that rabbit hole and you're realising, you're like, someone's saying, hang on a minute. You're like, hang on a minute. We weren't cave people. Why have we been taught that we was in caves and we were cave people and we didn't know how to communicate? And this is why we just scribbled and left these weird markings on walls. You feel like that's what you've been taught. And we weren't cave people, like they were these ancient civilizations. And we had electricity in the past. And they told us that we didn't have electricity, that we had to use like fire and create fire in order to use light. So you're going down these certain rabbit holes and you're awakening to past lives. Certain past lives that are maybe connected around that time, that we told that we were like cavemen and women. And you could be seeing these ancient civilizations. Again, they're showing me the gold. So this is like, some of you are sitting on a gold mine when it comes to your wisdom and when it comes to the gems and the remembrance that you hold within your soul and within your being in this lifetime. You're sitting on a gold mine, and a lot of you are about to birth this gold mine in existence. So you could be seeing an increase in your wealth, and maybe you're realizing that your passion project and your purpose, you are going to be able to make money from it. Maybe you have people around you telling you that this is just a dream, that you won't be able to live off your purpose and your passions, but you will, because it's God ordained. They're putting Tupac song in my head. They were putting it in my head earlier, so I did a screenshot of a certain lyric that kept coming up in my head. But it's Tupac, Keep Your Head Up. They kept putting that song in my head earlier. Which part was it? Okay, so it was this part here. And since we all came from a woman, got our name from a woman, and our game from a woman, I wonder why we take from our women, why we rape our women, do we hate our women? I think it's time to kill for our women, time to heal for our women, be real to our women. And if we don't, we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies that make the babies. And since a man can't make one, he has no right to tell a woman when and where to create one. So will the real men get up? I know you're fed up, ladies, but keep your head up. Particularly, it's the line where it says we'll have a race of babies that will hate the ladies, that line. Because I feel like that has been happening. Maybe some of you are mothers, maybe you have sons who could be like teenagers now, moving into their teenage years. And maybe you're worried about how they would turn out or how they will treat women. Maybe you had partners where you were in like domestic violence situations, or maybe it was just narcissism. But you could be worried about how the men within your family are around women and how they treat women. Maybe some of you could have even had like a member of your family, a male within your family, who went to jail for abusing women or how they treated women. But that's coming through for someone. So that song has a message in for some of you if you feel drawn to listening to it. And I'll just show the 3 books again, because I'm going to close out the reading. We got Red Moon. Her Blood is Gold, and Womb Wisdom. This is my favourite. Like I said, it was like my book Bible. This one as well, it has meditations, and it has like journeys within it that assist you in connecting with your womb. I know she does a meditation in here that connects you to find out the name of your womb, that every woman has a name, and I'm hearing Sanskrit. So maybe some of your names are connected to Sanskrit. I'm hearing Sanskrit. But the womb has a name, and this name will be very, very old. But it teaches you how to connect with the name of your womb. I feel like for some of you that will benefit you in connecting more deeply to your womb and your womb's wisdom. Because again, remember, you're sitting on a gold mine when it comes to your wisdom and the jewels that you hold within you and you hold within your womb. The womb is primordial, it's primitive, it's origin, it's root. Okay, so this poem says, A gentle touch, a whisper in your ear, angels will let you know when they are near. A bird flying by, a cloud shape in the sky, angels will always drop in just to say hi. A repeating number, a stranger's helping hand, angels will not let you bury your head in the sand. A string of coincidences, a calling to be somewhere, angels will guide you along your path, then at last you'll be at the right place at the right time as if by chance. So this is that confirmation that an opportunity is coming in for you, and for a lot of you, it will be a person. You're meeting someone very, very significant who is going to be walking along the rest of your life's journey, like not just for a season. They're going to be there now. It's like a life partner, and this can be a life partner in terms of a romantic life partner, like a husband, wife, but also I'm getting you're going to be meeting more of your soul tribe. So those people that you were always supposed to meet at this time, or when you claimed yourself, there's like a claiming of yourself that is going on, which is why you're going through such a huge death and rebirth, because you're leaving behind that old karmic cycle and you're moving into your new dawn. I'm going to get one more poem to close out the reading. Thank you. So this one says, the sacred flame, anything but a game. Here, sacredness is serious, to non-believers a little delirious. Wouldn't you want to stir the pot, even if it meant losing the plot? There's hidden gems in madness, divinity in profanity, God's greatest gift, innocence with a cheeky twist. The unwrapping isn't something you'll want to miss. How else will the surprise jump out and give you a big kiss? Spirit hold a rather long list. These souls are ready to see the magic they hone, unpacked all their baggage and not afraid to leave home. What comes next is a saintly secret well kept. Remembrance is a game that every incarnate has to play. You've almost got a full house. Bingo, I hear spirit shout. That is a huge wrapping up of the reading. So remember, you are at the end of a cycle, and your menstruation that you're about to be on, and you've just been on, it may have been very heavy and here and dark. So it could have been very dark for a lot of you, because it pushed you to face your shadow self and the void of your own womb, but also the collective womb, the womb of Mother Earth. So it could have been quite heavy and quite dark, but you will get through it, or you did get through it. And now you are ready. I'm hearing you're ready and willing to be walking into your new dawn. And there is a huge collective of people who are walking into their new dawn. For a lot of you, it's connected to union. Could be connecting to money. Again, they keep saying passion project, passion project. If you have a passion project and you're sitting on it, now is the time to birth it. Now is the time to put it out there. Now is the time to allow yourself to truly be seen and to shine, I'm hearing. Be seen and be shy and not be afraid for other people to see what you have to offer. Because you do have, I keep saying, you have gems within you. You have a lot of wisdom within you. And a lot of you are remembering this. You're remembering who your soul is, where your soul has been before, and where your soul will need to be going into the future. So there are certain milestones and things that you need to be doing in this lifetime in order to kind of put your soul on that fast track. I'm hearing on that fast track to your future incarnations, or whether your soul is choosing to go next if it's not in this human realm. Because a lot of you, you're wrapping up a huge cycle in this lifetime. So this could well even be one of your last reincarnations, if not the last reincarnation. And if it is the last reincarnation, it's very, very likely that you will be coming into union with your divine counterpart. You're going to be coming together and you're going to be on the front lines. So you'll have a mission that will be intertwined. Is that it, Spirit? Yeah. So I hope that reading has resonated with someone out there, and I will see you in another video.